Hey people, what's happening, man? This is your boxing genius from SBMBoxing.com. Here to talk to you about a little bit about what happened here this past weekend, and at the same time to add a little bit of input to what's going to happen November 22nd between Chris Algieri and Manny Pacquiao. Now, this past weekend here at the house, we seen some good fights. We seen a guy by the name of Ali fighting a Brugu. I don't know who a Brugu is. I know who Ali is. I seen him fight one time. He looked good. His role model has been the Prince. Prince was definitely good. You know, the Prince lost to Beretta, back in the days. But the Prince was a good guy. And Ali demonstrated that good power and punching power to welterweight. I wish him the best of luck and to go forward. Now, what I wanted to see was the main event, which was Mr. Bernard Hopkins. That is a legacy to me in boxing in the modern era today. Okay? Bernard Hopkins, as we all know, was 49. Bernard Hopkins will be 50 in January. Bernard Hopkins has been around from the 80s. We all know that Bernard Hopkins lost to Kovalev. He went the distance. Kovalev is a crushing dude. Kovalev is not somebody to be played with. But Kovalev is not a guy that Bernard Hopkins dodged. He tried to unify the titles, something that a lot of people did not do. That's why, in my opinion, Mr. Stevenson left from HBO. He jumped to Showtime. Now, as we all know, Bernard Hopkins to me is a true legacy in my book, in my opinion. A true legacy to me, in my opinion, is not a person that has lost, who has 0 losses. Like many of you FMJ fans out there, oh, Mayweather has not lost. He's going to be a legacy. Mayweather is never going to be a fucking legacy because he's never fought the best of the best. Compare them. Okay? Bernard Hopkins has been around from the 80s. Not because he's 49 going on 50. Bernard Hopkins has fought the best of the best. Okay? Just this past weekend, he only had 6 losses. Like I said. A true legacy. Okay? But look who he has fought. Bernard Hopkins has fought a commentator who you guys just heard this past weekend by the name of Roy Jones Jr. He's fought a Chad Dawson. He's fought a Jean Pascal, a great fighter from Canada. He's fought a Kelly Pavlik. He's fought another legacy to me, 46-0. Now that's a legacy because he fought the best of the best. A Joe Galzaki from Europe. He's fought a Jermaine Taylor. He's fought an Antonio Tarver. Those are the best of the best. And that is what weight? That was at the light heavyweight. Vice versa, going up and down. Okay, because when at the time, as the executioner started, if I'm not mistaken, back in the 80s as a light heavyweight, 175, like he fought this past weekend. He found his comfort zone at 160, which he dominated for many years. The middleweight division. Now, who tried to come up in the middleweight division? From the light middleweight? Guys from my own country. Boricua, by the name of Felix Tito Trinidad. We all know that. What happened to Felix Tito Trinidad, I think it was around the 12th round. Got knocked out. We also know Mr. Oscar Golden Boy Delahoya. So that's a guy that started back in the 80s. He fought the best of the best. He went from 160, 168 to 175. And in between that barrier, he has fought the best of the best. Not like you guys all know out there, FMJ Night fans, Mr. Floyd Mayweather fans. I think this guy is the greatest pound for pound. Yeah, today he is. But it's not a legacy. It never can be a fucking legacy. Because you cannot be a cherry picker and then go and not fight another cherry picker, which is Manny Pacquiao, which is going to fight November the 22nd. Hey, Floyd Mayweather Jr., you're considered a cherry picker. Pacquiao is considered a cherry picker. But Pacquiao is a lesser cherry picker than you are. That's the way I see it, you know. We're playing a little kid's game. Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not want to fight another cherry picker. That cherry picker fights Chris Algieri on November 22nd, but Floyd, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to get confused with a tongue twister. Let's just talk boxing the way we got to see it. I'm getting confused with this shit about Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's another tape. Let's go to the real deal with Mr. Manny Pacquiao and Chris Algieri. My son did, by the way, an excellent coverage on 24/7 coverage when the fight was this past Saturday. He's seen that coverage in which he's seen Manny Pacquiao training. He's seen Manny Pacquiao being distracted, that he wasn't really focused on that fight. He's also seen Algieri, that he's the American dream, this kid who lives in the parents' basement, still lives with his mother and father, and so on and so forth, okay? But guess what? I only look at 3 factors, maybe 4, and I'll talk to you at the end. 3 factors. One is power. Does Chris Algieri have the power to stop a Manny Pacquiao come forward? I don't think so. Okay? He doesn't have the power to stop him because of the fact that he only has 8 knockouts. Okay? Chris Algieri just fought his last fight against Provodnikov. Who the hell is Provodnikov? I like the Russian. Provodnikov is the guy who's a robot, okay? He fought Bradley. He lost to Bradley. In that fight with Bradley, to me, he really won. You know, it was a close fight. But Bradley demonstrated a little bit of speed, and that's the problem that Provodnikov has, is when they demonstrate speed on him and a little bit of punching power, he goes blind, okay? Then he fought Mike Alvarado. Who is Mike Alvarado? Another fucking robot, okay? So what did Provodnikov do? He kicked his ass. After that, he fought Algieri. Algieri got knocked down 2 times in the first fucking round, but Mr. Provodnikov does not have that killer instinct that Pac-Man is going to carry in that fight, which is going to happen November 22nd. Then you have the speed. Who the fuck has more speed than Mr. Manny Pacquiao? People are going to say FMJ. No, he does not. Maybe Amir Khan, but not Mr. FMJ. Maybe FMJ has better boxing skills, just a little bit better. Technicality and moving around the ring a little bit better. As far as speed, hand speed, no, he does not. Amir Khan may overrate and oversee Pacquiao. Okay? And then you have what they call the level of competition. Going back, who the fuck is Algieri for? Provodnikov? And Emmanuel Taylor? Who the fuck is Emmanuel Taylor? Don't know. You know? But now we go into the next big thing that I see. Okay? I compare Mr. Algieri to one big guy from the old school, and no one will probably not know about. And by the way, Mr. Algieri he has never ever fought out of New York. Remember that. So the crowd in China is going to be a big difference. I think it's going to have a big impact at the same time. Besides the level of competition fighting Manny Pacquiao himself. Mr. Algieri is going to be fighting out of New York, which my son covered in 24/7 out of his mother's basement. Mommy's not going to be around. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2 is the crowd is going to probably get to this kid. And just knowing the fact that you're going to fight, if not the best pound for pound fighter in the world, that's going to put some shrivel and into your spine, baby. Okay? That's the way I see it, you know. I mean, it might go the distance. I think that if Mr. Algieri Chris Algieri decides to brawl it with Pacquiao with 8 knockouts, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. Okay? If he survives the first 2 or 3 rounds and keeps away and runs his pussy ass like FMJ runs his pussy ass, he might survive too. But Pacquiao could catch up to you. But like I said, you don't have this to stop Pacquiao coming at you. And there's one thing that I want everybody to know. There's one more thing that I want everybody to know. And these are people I know from the old school. Okay? And again, I don't knock FMJ fans, but FMJ fans just don't know fucking boxing. There's one thing that Chris Algieri has that recalls me from the old school. Way back. There was a guy by the name of Larry Holmes in the heavyweight division. Remember that guy? Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes in the heavyweight. Okay? He fought a guy by the name of Gerry Cooney. Who was a Gerry Cooney? Gerry Cooney was a guy that he came from the same place that Chris Algieri comes from, Huntington, New York. Gerry Cooney was 25-0 with 21 knockouts. That's funny, ain't it? 25-0 with 21 knockouts. There's a big difference here. The big difference here that Gerry Cooney had more punching power than the heavyweights. Well, he fought a bunch of fucking bums just like Chris Algieri fought a bunch of bums. 25-0. The great American dream, and by the way, I am not a racist, okay? But I'm going to say I'm not racist. This is the great white hope in the welterweight division. Chris Algieri trying to outbeat and outbox a Manny Pacquiao. Now, Chris, I mean, if he goes a distance, you never know what can happen. Because we're talking about the great white hope. Larry Holmes kicked Gerry Cooney's ass. I mean, kicked his ass. If I'm not mistaken, he knocked him out. I think it was in the 12th round or something like that. But he came from the same place, same pretty boy, because Mr. Chris Algieri reminds me of Mr. John Travolta, you know, a guy, you know, real pretty, you know, until Provodnikov got a hold of him. But when Mr. Manny Pacquiao gets a hold of you, man, it might be a different story. You might not look pretty, but you're gonna be sleeping pretty good that night. Okay. So what is my prediction? If he's gonna brawl with Manny Pacquiao that night, it's gonna be an early night. He might survive 3-4 rounds of boxing, but he's gonna run his pussy ass off all night, and he better run. I mean, it's not the same speed that Provodnikov brought to the table. Manny Pacquiao is going to come from so many fucking angles that you don't know what the fuck to do. He's going to say, time out. It's over with. The night's gone. I'm out of here. Like, I'm out of here, the genius. Good night, and you guys have a good one. Adios.